app or your phone can learn about you just from giving it access to your camera?
It's delivering somebody's shit.
Look at a fucking poltergeist or some shit in here. Oh!
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Classified Captures. Expect to be thrilled, excited, and my personal favorite, scared, even if just a little bit, by some of today's clips. Without wasting too much of your precious time, let's jump right into it. In the middle of the ocean near Key West, Florida, a group of men noticed these strange cloud formations in the sky. They were round clouds.
Bro, look at these clouds. What is going on? What is that?
Okay. But look over there, there's a circle one that's the actual cloud. Yeah.
While the mystery surrounding these atmospheric anomalies sparks a variety of speculations, such as portals or even cloaked UFOs, the phenomenon in question is commonly referred to as hole punch clouds. Hole punch clouds are fascinating meteorological occurrences that arise under specific conditions. These clouds, officially known as fall streak holes, form when supercooled water droplets in a cloud rapidly freeze due to the introduction of ice crystals. This process leads to the creation of a void or hole in the cloud, surrounded by an intriguing ring of ice crystals. The science behind hole punch clouds is intriguing, but understandably, these atmospheric oddities can give rise to imaginative interpretations. So if you come across a mysterious opening in the clouds, it's likely just a quirky display of nature's frosty handiwork rather than a portal to another dimension. Either that, or you may want to prepare for the apocalypse.
It's like a missing puzzle piece or something.
What is going on here? Look at these clouds.
Next, we have an eerie sight from the streets of Turkey you don't see every day. And yes, that is an actual road with a long crack, pulsating as though it were breathing. The immediate question that comes to mind is, what could be causing this? Is the Earth alive and harboring some mysterious energy beneath the surface? While believers in the paranormal think so, the logical and scientific find it laughable. They believe there's a more logical explanation for the whole thing. One plausible explanation is that the crack is responding to changes in pressure, causing it to contract and expand. To them, it's not the Earth breathing, but rather the result of dynamic forces at play beneath the surface. What's your take on this pulsating road, a dance of the Earth, or perhaps just a geology problem?
How much an app or your phone can learn about you just from giving it access to your camera? This is what it looks like. This is my camera, not even recording. This is in real time, and it's identifying everything in the image.
In this footage, you can see this phone accessing the camera and actively labeling every item in the room. It's like the phone knows everything about your surroundings. This looks very scary. We're not safe at all and have no privacy with our phones. While technological advancements provide exciting possibilities, they also raise important questions about privacy and data security. Being aware of app permissions and taking steps to protect your privacy helps strike a balance between enjoying the benefits of technology and safeguarding personal information. To protect your privacy, it's essential to review and manage app permissions on your device. Be cautious about granting access to features like the camera unless it's necessary for the app's functionality. Regularly check your privacy settings and app permissions to ensure that you have control over what information your apps can access. In Xinjiang, people have been noticing these things in the sky. These patterns you see are birds. According to the owner of the footage, this was not the first time. The birds have been making these strange patterns in the sky since February of 2023. What could be causing these birds to do these strange performances in the sky? Upon closer examination, ornithologists and experts have weighed in on this intriguing phenomenon. They suggest that the behavior of these birds could be attributed to various factors, such as changes in their migratory patterns, alterations in local weather conditions, or even natural instincts triggered by environmental shifts. While these explanations provide scientific insight, the local community has also speculated on more mystical interpretations. Some residents wonder if these mesmerizing patterns hold a deeper meaning. Perhaps these animals are trying to tell us something. What's your take on this winged spectacle, a natural phenomenon, or maybe a hint of something more mysterious in the air? This little child was at an aquarium alone, and like all children do, the child was innocently waving at a tank, expecting to see some friendly fish. But what appeared was far from friendly. It was a hideous creature with a massive frog-like hand, and it pressed itself against the glass. It had pale skin and a hairless head. Its eyes were almost otherworldly, and as it turned to look at the person filming, its eyes glowed before swimming away. Wait, why am I narrating as though you guys can't see the action for yourself? What do you guys make of it? Could this be a real-life mermaid or a siren? Aquariums typically showcase marine life with the intention of educating and entertaining visitors. I doubt they'd put in something like this. Aaron believes it's a siren that may have come to the aquarium to retrieve something. Personally, I think that's a bit of a stretch, but who knows? Perhaps that's exactly what the sirens want us to think. A woman and her daughter drove to a camp in a remote location surrounded by mountains and hills. As they traversed the road below, the scenic beauty inspired the woman to take a panoramic view of the breathtaking landscape. But here's where it gets interesting. As she's recording, she spots someone walking off a steep mountainside. She brings her daughter's attention to the person on the mountainside, but her daughter can't see. Nonchalantly, she films it to show her later. When they set to review the footage, they discovered something truly bizarre. The figure was not just any person, it was an enormous being with broad shoulders and what seemed like fur covering its body. As they zoomed in on the footage, it became increasingly evident that this was not a human being captured in the video. Had the woman and her daughter unintentionally documented a sighting of a Bigfoot? That's what most who saw the footage believed they had done. Having seen it, what do you think? Now, this is one hideous-looking creature. It's got that chameleon vibe, hasn't it? But there's something about it that's not quite typical about lizards. As much as I'd love to experiment, I'd love for something like this to exist, it just doesn't seem that real. Something about it screams CGI. It's either that or a fantastic beast decided to make a grand entrance into our reality. The creature's unusual appearance raises eyebrows, and you're not alone in thinking it might be a computer-generated creation. With the advancement of technology, it's becoming increasingly challenging to distinguish between what's real and what's digitally crafted. Which do you think it is? If you haven't already hit the like button, subscribed, or even dropped a comment so far, could you please do so now? It goes a long way to help us make more videos like this for you. Thank you so much. Now back to today's episode. In this next footage, we have an image that was shared by a lady online. The image was captured on a camera that was set in a children's room. She believes it captured a spirit attempting to communicate with her 2-year-old granddaughter and 7-month-old grandson. The footage starts off innocently with the supposed spirit engaging the 2-year-old. The engagement eats into the night amidst laughter and conversation. However, things take a turn when the child, perhaps feeling uneasy, tells the spirit to go away. Despite this plea, the spirit persisted, prompting the family to explore various methods to address the inexplicable occurrences. They were asked to employ some methods such as burning nettle salt and Palo Santo, traditionally believed to ward off negative energies, and that proved to be unsuccessful. Although the encounters were unsettling, it feels like the spirit might be trying to share a message rather than having harmful intentions. At least that's what Aaron hypothesized. What about you? Our next footage comes all the way from China. As you can see, a line of glowing orbs regenerates as it moves forward. No one can say with certainty what they are, but these glowing orbs could be attributed to human-made gadgets or items such as drones equipped with lights or some other equipment with lights. In recent years, drone light shows have become increasingly popular for entertainment purposes, creating stunning visual spectacles in the night sky. However, considering the mysterious nature of the phenomenon and its peculiar characteristics, it's understandable that some may speculate about extraterrestrial origins. Reports of unidentified flying objects often involve descriptions of glowing orbs or lights in the sky, leading to speculation about possible alien activity. This footage does fit the bill, but something about it tells me it might be a human invention. What do you guys see when you look at it? Technology's advancing so quickly it's crazy. Check out these delivery robots in Santa Monica, California.
Stop. It's delivering somebody's shit. I've never seen one. Oh my God.
These are delivery robots that are deployed to deliver orders. They're so intelligent that it almost feels like a dream. They're capable of knowing when to move and even wait for cars to drive by before they continue their journey. It's not only cars, though. They're capable of recognizing humans and acting the same.
For Coco, if whatever it's doing is delivering something, so somebody's ordering here, it's going to deliver it to them. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get
These delivery robots use a mix of machine learning, computer vision, and sensor fusion technology. They analyze their surroundings, interpret visual information, and make quick decisions to navigate effectively. As innovative as these things are, it seems not everyone is comfortable around them. You know, the robots are gonna take our jobs saga. What's your take on these delivery bots, though? A futuristic marvel or a glimpse into a tech-driven future that's both a tad freaky? This next one was sent in by two farmers who spotted a large creature covered in orange fur. In typical fashion, when the creature saw them approach, it dashed away. They weren't sure what it was, and looking at the footage, I can't say either. On second thought, could it actually be a large body size, unique fur, and a talent for avoiding humans? Folks, I think these farmers may have just run into the legendary Sasquatch. One thing bothers me, though. It has a much brighter fur than we're used to seeing. Aaron is convinced it's a Sasquatch. I am, well, partially, but then again, what do you guys think of this one? Real, fake, Sasquatch, or something else? Talking of Sasquatch, this is a recording of the said creature, and the audio was recorded back in 1983. The audio promises to give you goosebumps, much like the legendary Sierra sounds. The Sierra sounds, in particular, are known for purportedly capturing a series of vocalizations, grunts, and howls that some believe to be evidence of Sasquatch communication. Skeptics often question the authenticity of such recordings, considering alternative explanations like natural animal sounds, hoaxes, or misinterpretations. What's your take on these supposed spine-chilling Sasquatch recordings? A genuine encounter with the elusive creature, or maybe just a cleverly crafted piece of audio to keep the folklore alive? In this bizarre footage, a man finds the tail of a snake sticking out of his door. Not one to shy away, he attempts to coax it out with a stick. But lo and behold, the stick doesn't cut it. Instead, he ends up pulling out a massive cobra, neck flared out, ready to strike. The startled man leaps back, chucking the stick like a hot potato. It's quite a funny sight, but let's not forget, this is a cobra we're talking about. The man's instinctive reaction to create distance is a smart move when dealing with such a creature. Cobras are venomous snakes, and their venom serves as a crucial tool for hunting and self-defense. This venom is capable of causing paralysis in their prey, ultimately leading to successful predation. Luckily for the man, the snake decides not to launch an attack. The footage left us on the edge, and boy, are we glad that man's safe. Alrighty then, buckle up for a trip to Antarctica. Feast your eyes on this footage. It's a curious sight to behold, isn't it? It's not every day you capture a strange cave nestled in the icy walls. Naturally, there are a lot of theories on what this one is and what it could be. One theory posits the possibility of an alien base hidden beneath the icy surface of Antarctica. The notion of extraterrestrial presence in remote and desolate locations has been a recurring theme in conspiracy theories and speculative discussions about unidentified phenomena. On the flip side, another idea proposes that the structure could be a secret facility, possibly linked to government or military activities. Antarctica, due to its tough conditions and isolated position, has always intrigued different nations, sparking guesses about undisclosed operations happening there. Some say the Nazis occupy the place, whilst others think the governments of the world have a joint secret project ongoing there. But what about you guys? What do you think could be going on in that icy land? Share your theories with us in the comment section. Just a quick reminder before the next clip comes, if you still haven't liked, commented, or subscribed, could you do so right now? You wouldn't want me to send a Sasquatch after you now, would you? Get ready for a mind bender. Picture this, a plane caught on camera, seemingly hanging out in the sky without budging. Planes, as far as we know, don't come equipped with mid-air stops or traffic signals, so when you see one hovering without a care in the world, it's enough to make you question the laws of aviation. The idea of a glitch in the matrix seems like the best explanation for this. After all, there's no logical explanation. Unless, of course, the aliens are responsible. I mean, take a second look and think about it. What else could be responsible for this? The next one comes from Crystal Lake, Illinois.
Transformer. Yep. Wow. That is crazy.
It starts off with a fiery display from a distance. One initial consideration is the possibility of a faulty transformer, but this looked nothing like that. Others also thought it was perhaps a fire outbreak, but there was also no reports of a fire. A possible explanation might be a natural event like a meteor entering Earth's atmosphere and creating that bright, fiery display. Meteors can produce vivid streaks of light, often known as shooting stars or fireballs. But could this really be a meteor? Or is it that it's just a sorry excuse to keep us from discovering what it truly is? If there are experts here, we'd love to hear from you. Still on meteors, this next footage is another alleged one.
Hello?
Hey, where's Mom?
She should be at home.
Okay.
In the footage, we can see that there are thousands of lights painting the sky. Now, we've all heard about the beauty of meteor showers, right? Meteor showers can be a spectacular sight where the night sky turns into a canvas adorned with streaks of light as the meteors make their fiery entrance. But wait a minute. Something about this looks a bit off, doesn't it? The usual meteor shower might not resemble this bizarre dance of lights. So the million-dollar question, are these truly meteors, or is there something else at play in the cosmic arena? Again, if there are experts here, we'd love to hear from you. The middle of the ocean can be a spooky place, and this next clip proves that.
Jesus Christ. The fuck, everything's going all...
We're introduced to a boat acting up, with its lights flickering and controls going haywire. Even the alarms aren't left out, and the whole thing creates a chaotic scene. To heighten the suspense, the boat runs out of fuel, increasing the feeling of vulnerability in the open sea. Suddenly, a loud sound cuts through the air, prompting the person recording to rush out onto the deck.
Like there's a fucking poltergeist or some shit in here. Oh! That! Oh! No.
And just as quickly as the chaos erupted, everything stopped and calm was restored. An eerie question lingers. What just happened, and why is it all of a sudden quiet? The ocean is beautiful, yes, but it's also very treacherous and mysterious. What would you have done in this situation? Does any of you have any experience? Please, by all means, do share. In this next one, we have a bird frozen mid-air. You know what? Let me just show it to you. Yup, that's it. Strange, huh? While some might rush to explain such occurrences with scientific and logical reasoning, I believe that these things have become too regular to explain them. And how on earth are you going to explain this? It has to be either it's the aliens or we live in a simulation and there are really glitches happening everywhere. What do you think? Ever seen something and thought, well, this looks suspicious? We have a scenario right here. A man was in traffic on the road when he noticed a car ahead of him. It was a truck that had a curious-looking tank on its tail. This tank looked like some sort of reservoir. It was round and huge with some boxes on its side like a window. This could be anything at all, but what got the man's attention was what happened next. The round thing began to shake, and if you listen closely, you will hear strange noises coming from within. If you ask me, it sounded like some sort of dinosaur because even bears or elephants or tigers do not sound like that. Whatever it is, it certainly has to be a huge creature. But what creature could it be, and why do they have to keep it from the public eye in such a suspicious-looking compartment? Let the conspiracy theories flow. Now here's footage that looks like it's been plucked straight from the pages of folklore, or, for the Naruto fans, behold the nine-tailed demon fox, a mythical creature steeped in Asian lore and made famous by the world of animation. While walking by the woods at night, someone claims to have captured footage of this mystical being in the forest. In the eerie darkness, the video reveals what appears to be luminous tails glowing vividly. The darkness of the forest and the brightness from the tails make it challenging to tell whether this is a genuine encounter with a legendary creature or a result of clever editing. And just as swiftly as it appeared, the creature vanished from sight, leaving the forest in total darkness. Your verdict, real or not? This next tale takes us deep into the heart of the unknown. While camping in the woods, a man began to hear strange noises and decided to investigate. He set up trail cameras in the area, hoping to capture whatever was making the noise. When he retrieved the Trailcam device, he was shocked at what he saw. There, roaming in the woods, was this strange creature. It's a humanoid creature with a face that almost looks like a skeleton. The posture of the creature was like the zombies from The Walking Dead. Some members of the paranormal community believed that this could be a skinwalker, while others suggested that it is a zombie. But it could also just be a person in a costume playing a prank. Given the limited visibility, we can only speculate. As to what this creature is, we cannot say for sure. Can you? Humans often think that they're very creative and have a better understanding of everything, but this footage might just humble you. Here we have an animal on a table. My question is, what animal do you think that is? I know someone will say it's an absurd question because it's obvious we're looking at a dog, but wait until the creature moves. See? I got you. That was a white cat. It just had some dark spots on its back that made it look like the head of a dog when lying down. I bet this cat could be lying down among dogs and they would not even notice. This is like the premium version of a body makeover. A chameleon could never. For our next footage, we embark on a journey into the cosmic unknown, where the skies become a canvas for the mysterious and the unexplained. In this footage, someone spotted this peculiar craft, and from what we can see, the wings of the craft are lifted upwards, and there seems to be a colorful light coming from the back of the craft. In an era where UFOs have become a household name, all this does is confirm the suspicions many have had about their existence. The lifted wings and the vibrant lights contribute to a narrative that stretches beyond the boundaries of our understanding. The internet has become a breeding ground for intriguing and sometimes perplexing exceptional content, and this footage is no exception. In the clip, a creature lies lifeless on the ground, featuring a combination of fantastical elements: a long tail, large limbs with sharp claws, bat-like wings, and a mouth adorned with razor-sharp teeth. Obviously, this creature looks like what we'd expect a dragon to look like. But is it though? In an age where artists and creators can create mythical creatures to life through intricate sculptures and lifelike displays, skepticism surrounding the reality of such sightings is warranted. This could be an artful creation, sculpted by a talented artist and strategically placed for public attention. While those are true, there's also a slim chance that it could be the real deal. So what do you think, real or not? Next, we bring you something from the mysterious of the deep blue. So you've got this intriguing footage from the ocean, and what's the star of the show? A creature that looks like a snake gracefully slithering through the waters. Now, the ocean has a knack for throwing us curveballs, and this seems like one for the marine cryptid collection. As for what kind of sea monster this might be, it's a bit like playing detective with only a few puzzle pieces. Could it be a rare and exclusive sea serpent making an appearance, or perhaps a new species yet to be officially discovered showing off its underwater acrobatics? It's hard to say because I'm not a marine wildlife expert, but I bet that whatever this is, it's something I wouldn't want to be playing around with. If aliens were among us, I believe they would be hiding among us or camouflaged somewhere like the skies, and this footage right here is why I'm so sure of this theory. Someone filmed a rather odd cloud floating rather closer to the Earth than the other clouds. It looked much darker than the other clouds and moved at a very fast pace. Upon zooming in, the cloud appears to be connected to some kind of machine. I'm pretty sure that this is some type of alien spy tech, but they don't seem to be doing a good job hiding it because the clouds look so uncloudy. A man in Vermont, determined to catch the perpetrator behind the nightly apple heists on his property, was met with a sight he'd not expected. Frustrated by the repeated incidents, he decided to set up a trail camera in hopes of identifying the culprit. This is what he captured. The blurry image captured by the trail camera revealed a strange creature crouched on the ground by the apple tree. Its appearance defied easy classification, sharing characteristics that seemed neither wholly human nor animal. The curious figure became the focal point of debates within the community, sparking varied theories about its identity. Some suggested that the creature bore a resemblance to the legendary Bigfoot. Others entertained the notion that it might be a clever thief in an elaborate costume, adding an element of intrigue to the apple-stealing saga. What do you think? You might want to hold onto your fishing tails because we've got a peculiar one swimming your way. A man had spotted a headless fish in a lake and watched it swim for a while. The curious man, intrigued by the whole thing, went even closer to pet it. Surprisingly, the fish responded to the touch by slightly wiggling in the water. It's a known phenomena that after a part of a living creature is severed, there's a window of time when it continues to exhibit signs of life before succumbing to its fate. In this watery tale, it appears the fish's head became the unfortunate snack of a predator, leaving the body to carry on swimming in the lake. But even then, you have to admit, this is weird. You might want to hold on to your adventure hats because it seems the sewers have become the newest chapter in the book of strange sightings. The YouTube crew embarked on a sewer expedition, but ended up coming across a creature straight out of the Mesozoic era. The sewer-dwelling enigma zips by, revealing itself as a creature that wouldn't be out of place in a dinosaur documentary. Are we witnessing a secret society of urban dinosaurs, or did a time-traveling T-Rex take a wrong turn and end up in the wrong millennium? Although we may never have the answer to this, my money is on the first. What about you? In this footage, we can see 2 raccoons on the ground and a deer floating in the air. Seems the camera captured the image at the right time. What do you think was happening when this photo was taken? Could it be a secret woodland talent show where the deer is auditioning for a role in Santa's sleigh, aiming to be the next Rudolph? Or perhaps it's just a classic case of a levitating deer casually showcasing its supernatural powers to a pair of bewildered raccoons. Now, before we dive into the realms of conspiracy theories or animal shenanigans, let's have a little fun. Drop your wild and whimsical interpretations in the comments below. This footage was captured by a group of men who noticed something strange going on in the night sky.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
There were thundering sounds and lights moving about. The lights looked like they belonged to some sort of craft, but the formation of the lights was unlike the crafts built by humans. Take a look at it. The unmistakable silhouette of the craft boasts of a design that defies the conventional boundaries of human engineering. The conclusion is inevitable. This has to be another encounter with an unidentified flying object. There have always been stories of Bigfoot encounters, and most of them have just been of the creature walking by or hiding and staring at people. However, we came across footage of an encounter with the creature, and I must say this is one of the scariest encounters we've had on this channel. Enjoy. This encounter happened back in 2014 in a small town in Northern California. 2 people living in a trailer in the woods were retiring to bed when suddenly there was a sudden shake of the trailer with an aggressive growl. It was obvious there was a large creature doing this because of how full the growl sounded and the strength with which they shook the trailer. The residents of the trailer tried as much as possible to remain calm as they filmed this. They had all windows closed so they couldn't see the creature. There had been talks of Bigfoot sightings in the area, but they might have probably dismissed it. This encounter changed everything, though. Some way, somehow, they survived the night, and when the morning came, they found strange fur there. What do you think of the encounter? In our next footage, the sky, which has been a canvas of endless intrigue, unveils yet another of mysterious crafts. Enjoy. Do you see it? Unusual crafts projecting beams of light into the sky. What's intriguing is that these lights aren't confined to the crafts. Instead, they extend across the entire visible expanse. Before hastily forming conclusions about this mesmerizing light display, let's carefully explore the myriad possibilities of what it might signify. There are some who think it's nothing more than an aero display from the aviation team. While it's nothing like we've ever seen, it's still a possibility. There are also some who think this could be dogfighting. That is, when planes are engaged in serial combat. If that's the case, then it's certainly dangerous for the people standing around and filming. There's not much context on the footage, so we can't tell what is really going on here. What do you think, though? Gather round, O ye nature enthusiasts, because we've got a circus act straight from the woods. Some hikers in the woods came across this spectacle, a leaf floating in mid-air. I mean, we could attribute the levitation of the leaf to the wind, but there's no sign of the wind making us believe that there could be more to this. Some keen observer suspected that it could be a silkworm or a spiderweb delicately holding up the leaf in a nearly invisible embrace. While that sounds logical, it's hard to prove or disprove because we literally can't see it. Nature, it seems, always has a trick or two up its sleeve. What's your take on this leafly ballet? Hold on to your tinfoil hats because we've got a glimpse into the mysterious world of Area 51. In this footage, the focal point is a craft eerily reminiscent of the iconic flying saucers. Suspended in the air, it sparks questions about the nature of the technology hidden within the secretive confines of Area 51. The intrigue deepens as the camera shifts its focus to another craft resembling an upside-down ball. Upon closer inspection, intricate symbols and signs emerge on its surface, adding an eerie and alien feel to it. The cryptic markings suggest a level of sophistication beyond conventional understanding, which leaves us pondering about its origins and capabilities. But you've got to ask, is this truly a Area 51, or is this whole thing made up? Share your thoughts. I know that scientists are out there in their labs cooking up strange concoctions and creating strange creatures. Whenever I've talked about it, I've been called a conspiracy theorist, but how do you explain this? In this footage, we see a woman petting what looks like a cat. A few seconds later, when she reaches its sides, she stretches what looks like a pair of wings. A cat has a pair of wings. If this is not the work of some science wizardry, I don't know what is. If it's a deformity, what DNA in a cat can create wing-like limbs? The footage succeeded in creating a lot of chaos on the internet, but none explained what we're dealing with. Some stated it had to be a realistic cat accessory. I haven't seen one close to it, but I'm also hoping that's what it is. I don't want to believe this is real, but what do you think? Humans have been on Earth for thousands of years, yet there are still some things that we cannot explain and have not figured out yet. Our next footage is one of those. A man observed a ball resembling a flame descending from the sky with a fiery tail trailing behind it. What could it possibly be? The potential explanations are as vast as the night sky. It might be a meteor performing its fiery swan song as it streaks through Earth's atmosphere. Alternatively, it could be a stray piece of space debris opting for a spectacular light display during its descent. Now, while scientists might have a field day speculating about its celestial origins, for the rest of us, it's a gentle reminder that, despite our technological prowess, the universe still has a few tricks up its sleeve that leaves us in a marvel. Before you watch the next clip, could you please hit the like button, subscribe, and even drop a comment if you haven't already? It goes a long way to make it possible to create more videos for you. Thank you for doing so. Moving back to the day's episode. It's been a while since we've had this, but thought it might be the best time to have it returned. This is the bonus segment where you get to tell me what it is that we're dealing with. Once you believe you have an answer, just type it in the comment section and we'll send a shout out to whoever has the first right answer. So, what is this? If you know the answer, you know what to do. Start your answer with the word bonus so we can easily find it. Tell us what the creature is and why it looks the way it looks in the capture. All the best. In the depths of an undisclosed cave, a discovery unfolded that left those who stumbled upon it in a state of perplexity. Nestled in the shadows is an artifact. It appears too surreal to be dismissed as mere stone, yet too captivating to be easily categorized. Behold a figure frozen in time. Some gaze upon it and see the silhouette of a reptilian queen, an ancient sovereign whose regal countenance defies the aeons that have passed. The curves and contours suggest a creature of both earthly elegance and otherworldly allure. Others, contemplating the figure's presence in the cave depths, propose an alternative theory, that of a statue representing an ancient god. Without a lot of information to go by, we can only speculate. What do you see here? A bird on fire or a cool camera trick? This footage has been circulating on the internet, and it's stated that it was seen on an electrical pole covered in flames. The odd thing was, the flames didn't consume it, and after a while, it flew away. If you have watched the Harry Potter films at least, then you should have an idea what this is. Yes, a phoenix. For those of you who don't know, it's a mythical bird that is said to be covered in flames. Several cultures acknowledge the bird, and it's also a spiritual symbol of rebirth. Watching the footage again, well, what do you guys think? Is this really the phoenix, or is someone messing with us? It seems that humans cannot have a peaceful moment of fun without something strange popping up, and I'm sure the owner of the footage could not agree more. A family went out into the woods to have some fun in the outdoors. While they were all letting loose and having fun, they spotted an uninvited guest in the woods staring at them. When the intruder noticed it had been found out, it began to crawl toward them aggressively. At first, they thought it was a wild animal, but when the creature began to move, to their horror, the creature looked unlike any creature they had ever seen. People who saw the footage say it could be a dogman. What are your thoughts? Next, let's take a look at a wonder that happened on Troutbeck Lake, England. A family visited their holiday home, but it seems that vacation had a lot more installed for them than they had planned. There on the fields were hundreds of sheep frozen in place. They'd been stuck like that for hours, and the spectators started to get concerned. The shepherds in the area said it was no cause for alarm because this was nothing unusual. They said that this could have been the result of the temperature change. They'd given their answer, but this scene here makes me believe that there is something curious going on. In the pursuit of extraordinary feats, individuals often embark on unique endeavors to secure a coveted spot in the Guinness Book of Records. A remarkable instance of this determination surfaced in Jamaica, where an elderly man captured attention by meticulously arranging his lengthy locks by standing atop a roof. He grappled with the challenge of managing hair so long that conventional heights proved insufficient. While the man's dedication to his extraordinary hairstyle is undeniably impressive, a closer look at the global stage reveals that another individual has already secured the title for the world's longest locks. Nonetheless, the Jamaican man's commitment to this distinctive appearance adds a touch of local flavor to the realm of record-breaking achievements, don't you think? Next, we have a Bigfoot encounter far different from the previous footage that we have seen. While some men were at work in the forest digging the ground, an eerie presence cast a shadow over the excavation site. Unbeknownst to the workers, a colossal figure reminiscent of the legendary Bigfoot loomed behind the excavated vehicle, concealed by the dense foliage. The creature, unfazed by the machinery and the men at work, stands there for a while looking at the men. You have to wonder, what could be going through the Bigfoot's mind as it watches the human intruders? Does he find them interesting, or does their presence amuse him? To know for sure, we may need an interview with it. The extraterrestrial saga continues, this time with a dash of mystery from the Philippines. In the sky, there appear to be some disc-like looking things in the sky, and there are a lot of them. If you're wondering what they are like we are, know that the possibilities are as diverse as a galactic buffet. On one hand, it could be a fleet of cosmic cruisers making a pit stop in the Philippine skies. On the other hand, there's the chance that it's a clever optical illusion playing tricks on our terrestrial minds from the confines of the office. What do you think, though? Guess what the sea tossed our way this time? Brace yourself for this epic capture from Russia. These men stumbled upon a colossal crab that made them question life. I mean, we're talking about a crab so massive it could probably serve a seafood feast for the entire neighborhood. The crab is black with spikes all over its legs. Seeing this even on screen made my heart sink. Are we dealing with some mutant crab species, or are there mad scientists concocting supersized creatures in a secret underwater lab? While I want to believe it's one of these, there's also the probability of it not being real. I mean, how else do you explain the crab not attacking despite them being so clean? Forget about Bigfoot in the forest. We have a celebrity Bigfoot that made it to the limelight on live television. A couple taking a stroll through the woods, completely unaware that they're about to share the spotlight with none other than the legendary Bigfoot. As the camera captures the serene scene, watch closely behind the unsuspecting couple. Just behind them, there are two larger-than-life figures unmistakably resembling Bigfoot. They casually strut into the woods behind some bushes like seasoned celebrities avoiding the paparazzi. I can imagine the headlines, Bigfoot making a surprise cameo on a reality show. But what I'd like to know is, what brought Bigfoot to the limelight? Was it a quest for fame, a desire for a change of scenery, or just a spontaneous stroll caught on camera? Share your thoughts. You might want to prepare yourself for the next footage. In this, we're introduced to a 52-year-old casket that was opened to reveal something rather extraordinary. As the casket is pried open, a pungent odor wafts through the air, a testament to the passage of time and the mysteries that lie within. But what steals the spotlight is a sight that defies the solemnity of a typical burial scene. A golden carcass adorned with some shades. Yeah, that's right, shades. While we may not know this person, we can tell that they left in grand style. However, the circumstances surrounding this peculiar discovery raise a cascade of questions. Who is the occupant of this aged casket, and why does their body appear to have taken on such an unusual hue? Before we move on in the next video, just another reminder, if you still haven't liked, commented, or subscribed to the channel yet, please do so now. I wouldn't want to send a Bigfoot after you. And don't forget to share with your friends and family as well. Thank you very much. What do you think is happening here? Personally, I thought it was some voodoo magic, but after a little research, I found out that he was preparing puffed rice, an Indian delicacy. Basically, what he's doing is placing rice in hot sand, causing it to expand. Afterwards, the puffed rice is carefully collected and any residual sand is sifted out. This method is akin to the process of making popcorn. It's a traditional practice, especially in India, where it goes by different local names like churmuri or puri in certain areas. It's a harmless and widely used ingredient in various delightful recipes. I don't know about you, but all of a sudden it's something I want to try. If you thought that was weird, you might want to hold onto your feathers because we've got a bird breaking all the rules of avian physics. We know you've seen birds fly, but have you seen them do this? Now, this isn't your typical bird flight routine. No, sir. This bird's got moves that could leave David Blaine scratching his head. The feathered creature gracefully takes one step at a time so calmly, like it's a normal thing to do. It's as if there were invisible stairs in the sky. Is it a case of feathered magic, or could this be an elaborate hoax to make fun of us? While I want to believe something like this is possible, it clearly has to be edited. It can't be real, or can it? If you think what you've seen so far has been wild and bizarre, prepare to be amazed by the mysteries of the ocean. While in the waters, this diver came across a pool of water in the ocean. I don't understand how this works, as it's messing with my brain. Is this some sort of optical illusion, or is there something more at play here? The ocean is one of the most mysterious places in the world that still has more of it yet to be thoroughly studied and researched. This could just well be a phenomenon we're not familiar with. Anyone know what's happening here? Please do explain in the comment section. Well, buckle up for this tale of someone who seems to have a direct line with destiny, and Death himself might be scratching his head in confusion. While crossing the road to meet up with the man filming her, a car came crushing toward her, but stopped abruptly at her feet without causing any damage to her. It seems she's not aware that she just escaped death because she just walks on like nothing happened. On the other hand, let's take a look at the car. The car seems to have crushed into an invisible wall because the hood of the car was messed up. Did she have an angel protecting her she couldn't see, or was there something else at play? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. On that note, if you still haven't liked, commented, or subscribed to the channel yet, please do so now. It really helps us out a ton and gives us the opportunity to make these videos for you. So please do so and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you very much. Speaking of objects in the sky, let's talk about the ones falling out of the sky. A van owner in Milwaukee came out to find his van trashed by an unknown object. The object was huge and heavy and shaped like a cone, but it was hollow. It had smashed the top of the car, meaning if the owner of the car was in it at the time, he would not have survived the impact. The authorities were contacted and they came over right away to carry out the object, but they didn't give any information whatsoever on what this thing was or where it came from, almost as if they were hiding something. One of the residents said that she had seen the object fall from the sky. Reports say it also smells like diesel, so that means it should be a part of some sort of machine, but we're still left with what this thing actually is. What's going on here? This was recorded during a thunderstorm. This whole thing started after lightning struck the ground. When it did, it didn't just produce the usual flash, instead it left a mesmerizing ball of light, a radiant orb that gracefully swirled amidst the turbulent sky. Its movement, akin to a suspended bulb hanging from an invisible wire in the heavens, defied the conventional aftermath of lightning strikes, leaving viewers with a sense of awe and wonder. What could this be? That we couldn't find out, but that doesn't stop it from being awesome now, does it? If you've made it this far, could you please hit the like button, subscribe, and even drop a comment if you haven't already? It goes a long way to make it possible to create more videos for you. Thank you for doing so. Moving back to the day's episode. Imagine taking a stroll through the woods when all of a sudden you come across someone crouched on the ground behind some bushes. Just as soon as you're about to call out, this person stands up and you're met with what can only be described as not a human. Standing at an imposing height of 7 to 8 feet, the creature emerges from the shadows covered in dark fur. Beyond that, it's what I can describe as a mosaic of ape and human features coalescing in a form that is unmistakably Bigfoot. Its imposing presence leaves you awed. If it was you in this situation, what would you have done? Wrong answers only. One mysterious evening, a perplexing sight befell a town as a group of onlookers discovered an ethereal orb hovering in their surroundings. Upon closer inspection, the enigmatic sphere looked more like a ball of flames. The flames cast a shadow on the ground that followed it wherever it went, indicating that this was not a fake. Some dared to approach the suspended orb, yet no matter how close they ventured, the orb maintained a mysterious distance. So what could it be? A cosmic phenomenon, a spectral presence, or perhaps an entity from realms beyond our comprehension? Share your thoughts. Animals have their natural habitats, so it's sometimes curious to see them in places where they're not supposed to be. In this footage, for instance, taking in a sewer pipe, an unexpected creature was spotted nestled in the sewers. An alligator. Alligators are known to live in fresh water, swamps, marshes, or lakes, so how did it make their way into the sewer? At first glance, you might think this gator took a wrong turn at the swamp, but considering its size, it likely got swept into the sewers during some wild water escapade. A woman and her kids decided to take a breather in the woods and just have some fun. But imagine the terror of the woman when she spotted a huge creature among the trees. The creature had dark fur and bulging muscled arms. It was stalking the woman and her kids. The frightened woman called out for her kids to get inside. The creature, when it realized that it had been spotted, dashed off. It looked like a Bigfoot, but its head had this peculiar look that did not tally with our image of a Bigfoot. Its arms were also abnormally large and muscular. Yes, Bigfoot has large arms, but not like that. So what's the deal here? Is this Bigfoot's gym buddy or just another creature adding a dash of mystery to the woods? Not knowing what she was dealing with, this mom was not taking any chances as she made everyone move back into the vehicle. I'm no prophet, but I can bet that she and her kids won't be making plans for a woodland picnic anytime soon. While hunting one evening after a snowstorm, a man came across this creature on the forest floor in the snow. The creature's features painted a whimsical picture. A round head, a human-like neck and shoulders, its skin resembling the hues of dried leaves. What drew the man's attention most were a pair of glowing eyes that sparkled in the darkness. Caught off guard by the unexpected presence, the creature wore an expression of unmistakable surprise, as if both hunter and the creature had stumbled upon each other in a moment of mutual astonishment. Now, the question is, what creature could that be? A goblin or a mistaken identity of a nocturnal animal? A part of me suspects it might just be a goat, but, well, who am I to go against the majority? The word forest typically conjures images of lush, thriving ecosystems teeming with life. However, the concept takes a dramatic turn when confronted with the reality of no tree forest captured by a drone in 2018. This peculiar landscape, located in Washington near Keechless Lake, challenges our traditional notions of what a forest should be. As the drone soared over the area, it revealed a haunting scene, a forest devoid of the familiar green canopy, replaced instead by a vast expanse of dried tree stumps. Now, the backstory to this eerie landscape is as fascinating as the site itself. Centuries ago, the trees in this area were felled, leaving behind the stumps, but nature had another act in store for this peculiar scene. The land was submerged underwater for years, acting as a kind of time capsule, preserving the remnants of the once thriving forest. When the waters eventually receded, what remained was this eerie tableau. A forest without trees, but filled with the silent whispers of centuries gone by. Stories of giants have captured human imagination throughout history, and various cultures around the world have myths and legends about these colossal beings, and one such is the footprint in South Africa. And we're not talking about a faint impression. This print is clean, clear, and as bold as a historical statement can get. Some archaeologists have been to the site to study it, and they have confirmed that this is indeed a footprint. What do you think, though? Real or not? Bigfoots are known to live in caves in the mountains, but when in the forest, they're said to build structures like this. Take a look. There on the forest floor is some sort of wooden cave made out of heavy tree branches that has been intricately put together and tied together with twigs and dry leaves. This is done by an intelligent creature. Can you name any other animal that is capable of building this? No wonder most Bigfoot's spots have trees broken off. The creatures are building shelters for themselves. With this level of intelligence, I wonder what else they can do or are even planning. And for our final footage, we thought we'd sign off with something rather puzzling. Take a look. So this footage appears to have been taken by a father and son exploring the great outdoors. Their exploration is, however, cut short by something rather weird looking. At first, we're unable to see the creature in its full glory, but after a few seconds, we see it. Whatever your definition of cute and cuddly is, this creature certainly isn't it. Members of the paranormal community believe it may be a pixie. I'm not an expert when it comes to these small creatures, but I suspect it might be too. What do you think? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. And with that, we end today's episode. Thanks for staying with us. Before you go, are there popular trail cams out there you'd want us to take a look at? Please tell us in the comments section as we'll be reading. You can also send us a mail of strange and unexplainable videos that you may have recorded yourself. Just forward them to classifiedcaptures@gmail.com. We'll upload it in our next episode and give you the credit, unless you'd want to remain anonymous. We look forward to receiving your content. Like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to share the video with your friends and family. See you in the next one. In the mysterious realm of unidentified occurrences, a peculiar scene unfolded on the streets of America one random evening. The law enforcement authorities took charge, orchestrating a suspicious convoy that raised more questions than answers. As police vehicles, accompanied by trucks with ominous cages, shot down the street, helicopters circled above, casting an aura of intrigue over the unfolding events. To add to the mystique, the policemen emerged from their vehicles wearing masks. Speculations ran wild on what could possibly be going on here. Were they on the trail of a potential nuclear threat, or had they uncovered a cosmic mystery, perhaps even an extraterrestrial presence? And for our final clip, we visit the seashore. Someone captured this huge image while out exploring the waters. Now, some might quickly attribute it to a mere reflection of the camera lens, but there was no sun out there and the weather was cloudy. Clearly, it could not have been that. The concept of glowing orbs is often associated with many mysterious occurrences, which has led to many conspiracy theories. Some say they are extraterrestrial beings, others think that they're related to paranormal and interdimensional occurrences, but the list is never ending. You've seen them multiple times on this channel, so what's your theory? And with that, we end today's episode. Thanks for staying with us. Before you go, with there popular trail cams you've come across that you think we should absolutely feature on this channel? Please tell us in the comments section. If you personally have odd footage you recorded yourself, you can forward it to us via classifiedcaptures@gmail.com. We'll do the needful analysis and include it in our next episode. We'll also credit you with it, unless, of course, you want to remain anonymous. We can't wait to receive your clips. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family. See you in the next one.